Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you're having a good day as always. Today I want to talk about some financial mistakes that all of us, including me, should do their best to avoid, right? You don't need to be a financial wizard to be wealthy. You don't need to have a finance degree to be good with money. All you really need to do is have the fundamentals down and avoid some mistakes on the way. So that's what I want to talk about today, what mistakes to avoid. Now, I will say not all of these are going to apply to every single person, especially number 5. A lot of people may just flat out disagree with me, heck, maybe even get angry with me, but I think everything does have its place and it's good to at least think about this stuff. So let's go ahead and get started with number 1, not consistently saving money. Guys, I've said it before, you do not need to save insane amounts of money every single month to be wealthy. You know, I said in another video, if you started at 18 years old, you started working and you could put aside $100 a month, that you would be in the top 5% of the US by the time you're 30, right? The top 5% just by putting $100 a month aside. That's it, okay? So clearly, you don't need to save buku bucks every single month. Right? Where most people go wrong is they don't even consider setting aside $100 a month, or maybe they'll do $100 a month in May, but come June, July, August, September, they didn't put anything aside. Oh, well, they got a check for their birthday there in October, so they'll set aside a little bit of money there, right? It's that inconsistency that most people screw up, okay? You need to be consistent every single month. Put something away and don't touch it. That's the point of saving money, to save it. You don't want to be diligent for a year and then just go buy some big purchase with that money that you saved. No, this is supposed to be long term. This is supposed to be wealth generating. This could be investing. This could be buying a house. This could be something big, okay? It's not just piddly money to go buy piddly things. It's small money making a big difference later on. So I would say that's a number 1 mistake people make. Clearly, they just don't save money. Simple as that. Number 2, assuming that debt is normal. Okay, think of everybody you know that's older than 25, right? And ask yourself, do you think they have debt? My guess is they do. Between credit cards and car loans and student loans and mortgages, everyone seems to have debt. Now, does that make it normal? No, it shouldn't. It's not normal. You should live your entire life hating debt, despising debt, doing every single thing you can to avoid debt. Okay? I'm not saying that you won't have it at some point in time. What I'm saying is that you should not look at it as normal. Thinking that it's normal is actually going to set yourself up for failure throughout life, because if you were just thinking, oh, it's normal to buy this on a credit card and pay someone 20% interest, that is not good. Right? I'm not criticizing you if you have debt. I've got debt. I've got that investment property, and that's it. Do I enjoy having that debt? Hell no, I don't enjoy having that. And I'm doing everything I can to get it paid off faster, so I'm 100% debt free, and yet I've got an asset that's paying me each month, right? So again, it's not that you're a bad person if you have debt. It's not that you're dumb if you have debt. Most people do. What I want you to do is stop thinking that it's normal and try and do everything that you can to avoid debt, avoid needless debt, avoid stupid debt, okay? Avoid debt as much as you possibly can. Number 3, buying the nicest version of things when a lesser one will do. This could also be called like keeping up with the Joneses, right? We're all guilty of this, me included. I do not discount myself from this group. At some point in time, we've all looked at someone and been jealous or envious of what they had, and probably went out and tried our hardest to purchase that thing, or make ourselves feel better by trying to have what they have. And honestly, guys, we should all stop this, okay? Me included, like I said. Now, when I say you should stop buying the nicest version of something when a lesser one will do, think about it. If you go to a bank and they approve you, let's say for a $20,000 car loan, most of us will probably spend that full $20,000 saying, oh, well, they approved me for it and I want the nicest car that I can get. Let me spend the full amount. Well, let's not do that. And number 2, I said debt is not normal. So this kind of ties in together when I say you should stop buying the nicest things that you possibly can. The idea that we should impress people with our house and our car and our clothes and all this other stuff to the point where it's unhealthy and or we're in debt from it, it's clearly not a good thing. right? So if you can say, no, I don't need to spend $20,000 on a car when I'd be totally fine and just as happy driving this $10,000 car, or no, I don't need the biggest, nicest house that I can get when I would be happy with the house half the size and, far less expensive. I don't need to buy the nicest clothes when the wardrobe that I already have, covers everything that I need. Why is it that we always need to build and build and build and buy and buy and buy? Right? The idea that more is going to make us happier is a flat out lie. And we all know that. And again, guys, I'm guilty of this too. There will be times when I fall victim to advertising. There'll be time when I see something that someone has and I'm like, oh, I don't have that. Why does that get me down, right? Again, I'm not above this. What I'm simply saying is this is a mistake that we should try our hardest to avoid. Stop trying to keep up with everyone else. Stop trying to impress people. And certainly, if you can find a way to be happier with less and not need the nice things, that'll take you a long way. Number 4, not learning about money skills, right? I've said this in a channel before, and I said this on an interview recently, where most of us, we work 40 hours or more each week to earn money, yet we probably don't even spend 1 hour a week trying to learn about money, right? I mean, when's the last time that you read a book on how to get better with money? When's the last time that you watched a really long interview with a millionaire or billionaire, learning kind of what it is that they did in life to be successful? When's the last time that you really sat down and looked at all your finances and tried to say, all right, how can I be better? How can I be better? How can I be better? We typically don't do that. We're so caught up with everything else as far as spending money, but we don't think enough about keeping the money that we have, or how to earn more money from a passive standpoint or from a financial asset standpoint. Right? We simply don't take the time to learn about this stuff, and it's to our detriment, right? I wish that I was better with money from a far younger age. If I had the discipline that I have now when I was younger, well, then I'd be in a much better position because of that. So it's never too late to start learning about money, and you're never at the point where you feel like you know everything. Warren Buffett will tell you firsthand that he still reads every day. He'll still tell you that he tries his hardest to find out where he can improve every single day. So the idea that, it's not important or it's boring to learn about money practices is a flat out lie, and it's going to hurt you in the long run. So continue to learn as much as you can. And I don't have all the answers. Certainly, I have to learn still. So find as many resources where you can kind of motivate yourself and inspire yourself to get better every single day. If you can do that and you can start putting what you learned into effect, 5 years from now, your life's going to be totally different than what it is today. Now, last one, number 5, this is where I'm going to catch some flack, and I know it going into this, so I'm fully prepared for any hate comments, but I've got to say it. Number 5 is having kids too early. Full disclosure, guys, I'm not a parent. I'm just going to say that, so maybe that totally disqualifies me from saying this stuff, but hear me out. Having a kid too early, I'm not saying age, I'm saying too early from a financial standpoint. I'm not a parent, but I know kids are expensive, right? I've worked at a credit union, and I see all the time how expensive kids can be, between daycare costs and doctor visits and clothes and diapers and food and school and all this other stuff. Kids are a huge, huge, huge expense. Not saying don't have kids, I'm saying wait on having kids until you're financially ready. And maybe that's longer than you think. I'm not sure. What I'm trying to say is that if you can just delay having kids until you're financially ready, you will probably have a far better time. When I was a kid, me and my brothers, we went to daycare, right? So me and my 2 brothers went to the same daycare, and let's say I went there from pre-K to 5th grade after school, right? Well, if my parents went back and they actually did the math on how much money was spent at that daycare, it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars just for daycare. Okay, that's not food, that's not doctors, that's not clothes, that's not school, that is nothing. That is just daycare. Hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time I'm in 5th grade. Okay, that's not cheap. And what do you think is going to happen if you have kids before you can't even financially support yourself? Right? If you've got car loan debt, if you've already got credit card debt, if you've got a mortgage that you can't afford, what is having a kid going to do but exacerbate the problem? You're already having a hard time with the finances that you've already got. Add a kid into that equation, and that's just going to multiply everything. So again, I don't know how to say this without being a hypocrite or, sound like I'm standing on an ivory tower or whatever it may be. I'm not trying to cast judgment. This I know is a controversial thing to say, but I simply want people to wait to have kids until they can afford it, right? Now I'm talking about one. If you've got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, yeah, then I hope you're like a multi-millionaire, because I don't know how people afford that. So that's what I want to talk about today. I hope that last one didn't, make too many people upset. And if you do, whatever, I understand, right? But these are the things that I wanted to share. I hope you got something from it. And if you agree with me or disagree with me, always comment below. I want to know what you're thinking about this. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Have a good day.
Hey guys, thanks again for watching this video. I hope you learned something new from it and you were able to strengthen your financial position. I'm going to keep coming out with more videos, so please stay tuned, but go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, and have a good day.